Roy Jones, I was going to ask you, what has it been like adding the element of being a HBO announcer to your career, like throughout your whole time being ringside covering fights? What's that experience been like?
It's just it's a fun experience for me because it gives me an opportunity to share with the public the reality coming from a fighter's standpoint.
Hmm.
That's what I think most commentators can't do, but I can. And nothing more fascinating to me than working with Jim Lampley because he also knows how to guide my questions in the way that I give answers that the public wants to hear
Okay.
from a person who knows and been in there.
Yeah.
Not that the other guys aren't very good too, but Jim knows how to stage it perfectly because a lot of the questions that they have, he probably has as well. So he can see it from their standpoint, and he allows me to give it to him from me and the guys fighting standpoint, and it's a perfect marriage.
When did they first approach you about it?
I think I did in '96. I think Pernell Whitaker was supposed to do it one night in Vegas,
Yeah.
and he didn't show up or something. And they asked me would I try it. I said sure.
Yeah.
And then I got hired then. But then throughout my career, I had some stuff going on. And I stopped for a little while, but then they came back and said they want to try it again. So since my career was slowing down, we tried it again.
You had a lot of fights with, I think it was you, Lampley, and Merchant. Like, what was that trio like working with them?
That was wonderful because both of those guys are very respectable guys. They very knowledgeable guys, and Larry's just to me you don't get a more controversial person than Larry. So he's very controversial. So you got to always stay on your toes with him, and it made it fun because he kept you thinking.
What about those guys outside of the cameras? Like, what are they like? What's your friendship like with them?
Good guys. Max is a good guy. Max is very, very knowledgeable. Actually, all of them are very, very knowledgeable in all sports.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just knowledgeable in boxing. They can take you to baseball, football, hockey. They can tell you about everything. I'm only knowledgeable in basketball, boxing, football, a little bit of MMA now, but I ain't really gonna go through the history test with you. They can go all back in history and tell you exactly what happened, what day. Those guys are walking encyclopedias, and they are fun to listen to.
Is there any moments where things, maybe you disagreed with what they said and things got a little heated, or like?
Yeah, that happens often. There are several times, and most of the time it's me and the younger one, because it's me and Max mostly, because we have our opinions about fighters or fights. We argued about Donaire and Rigondeaux for the longest. He ended up being right, but I still say Rigondeaux did catch Donaire at the right time as well. But Max was right, and I told you he was right.
Yeah.
We had argued about Laura and Paul Williams, which I was completely right about. Like, just certain things we know. So yeah, we do a lot, and most of our arguments are because I've been in there, so I kind of see it from the fighter standpoint, and he don't agree sometimes because he ain't been in there. So that's what basically the heated battles would come from. But nothing bad because I know he don't mean no harm. You know, I don't mean no harm. It's just that I was a fighter. You can't just say anything to a fighter. And some guys, sometimes when they have a strong opinion, they want to state their opinion, and that's what it be. But we do realize that he's entitled to his opinion and I'm entitled to mine. And at the end of the day, that's the way we chalk it up and move on.